24 on the 24th of December in 2024. If you're seeing this today, yeah, it's actually my birthday. So yeah, I guess it's happy birthday to me. Mm. I'm sure the title alone pretty much gets the message clear. It's my birthday, so yeah. But anyways, today I'm just going to be, sorry, not gonna. Part of the reason why I'm actually now speaking to the camera a lot is to improve not just my confidence, but the way I communicate. So today I'm going to be speaking about online business in general, in just like a small introduction to who I am, I think it's important for me to make that clear, or just create that sense of knowing who I am. Obviously it's not like everything about my life, but like it makes a few things clear, right? Yeah, so for you guys that don't know me, I'm Brandon Mambo Banda the third. Yeah, I'm the third Mambo in my line, my lineage, I guess. And I'm 24 years old. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe. I'm Shona, but I came to South Africa for university. And I'm like 173 centimeters. Now I think like 175 and like 180 with Air Forces. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's just a small introduction to where I am. And over the past year, I've been taking the gym seriously as well. So I'm low-key becoming not necessarily a gym junkie, but more like a fitness junkie, where like I'm not yet like obsessed with the gym, but I'm sort of obsessed with staying in shape. So yeah. Today I'll be speaking about online business, right? Social media, the world of social media. Is it actually worth it? So over the past, I would say, over the past year and a half, so probably, sorry, just under a year and a half, I personally have taken on the path of, online business, or the path of, the Wi-Fi money routes, whatever that is, right? And all I can say is, in short, it's worth it. Now, the reason why I am starting, YouTube, or starting to take YouTube seriously at least, is so that I can take you guys on a journey, right? Like, I want you guys to be able to follow the way that I'm going to go from being a beginner in the space to one day maybe becoming a millionaire, right? And I feel like if that's not your goal at the very least, then there shouldn't be any point in you doing this. Because believe you me, right? Chasing the results or chasing the money alone is never going to be enough, especially in this space. You really have to fall in love with the craft. Focus on the skills. Focus on providing as much value as you can into the world. And only then can you start to generate a life-changing income. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. If you're focusing on making that 10K a month, right? And I'm sure for most beginners, that's the goal. If that's your only goal, right, to make 10K a month, and you have nothing outside of that, right, and that's like the number one goal, especially at the beginning, I promise you, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make it. Because one thing I can guarantee is, whatever difficulty metric you've put in your head, right, multiply that by at least 10. Because before I got into the world of online business, right, I used to think that this was, fairly easy. Like, I mean, anyone can do it. To be honest, anyone can do it. But trust me when I say it's always harder than it looks. And most people are surprised. Even for me, I'll admit, even I was surprised by the mountain that I had to climb, or the mountain that I'm still climbing till today, right? Because you look up and you realize it's actually Mount Everest, right? And you get scared. Then you start climbing. Then you realize, oh no, now I have to put a rock in my bag. And I continue carrying. Then I have to put another rock in my bag. That's literally the journey of online business that no one tells you about, right? Now, over the past, I'll say, I don't know if you guys can tell that it's raining, but I don't care, man. Like, this is the grind. This is why I'm doing this. I don't really care. And props to my brother. He's the camera as well. But anyway, screw that. Okay, guys, I'm sure you guys can hear the rain now, but screw it. So over the past So I started making content in 2023. I think it was in June, right? So the way I got into content creation, right? The reason why I feel like it's my purpose, or rather content marketing as a whole. The reason why I feel like it's my purpose is because I was literally stuck. Like I felt stranded, right? I had lost some money in crypto. I had been scammed, in the world of forex trading. Like I had literally lost everything amount of money I had, right? Pretty much, I think it was like almost somewhere between $1,000 $2,000. I lost it all, literally in the space of 2 weeks, and I felt so, I was disheartened by it, right? And school for me wasn't actually going well, like to be honest. Like I was struggling. I kept fighting, I kept studying, but things just weren't going my way. So I sat down with myself in May. So the month of May came by, right? Then I sat down with myself and then I tried to, meditate on the word of God. And I prayed and I was like, you know what, God, my sporting life is not working well. Like I've always dreamt of being a professional cricket player, right? I thought by now that I would be wearing the jersey for my country or some other country at least by now. But that's not the reality, right? So I had to accept that. And the school wasn't really coming out as well. So instead of like crashing out and crashing down, I had that moment to myself and I was like, okay, maybe the things that I've set up for myself, the list that I've had of the things that I wanted to be in my life, maybe that's not actually my calling and my purpose. And that's okay. And that was the first time in my life where I accepted that I might actually not become the things I've always dreamed of becoming, right? So, you see, this is how hard I want. I'm in the bed, I'm working hard, didn't go. You know me, son. Flip. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh, flip. The raid. It is God's way. Okay, but before I speak about the next steps I took after I got this realization, right, I have a confession to make. You see how I was speaking about the list of the things that I wanted to become in my life, right? I also had a list of things that I did not want to become. And believe it or not, at the top of that list, right, was social media. And so funny how life turns out. And I definitely can 100% relate with the saying, never say never. Because even I can't believe it. Because I'm falling in love with something I once hated. Well, I can't really say hated, but like something I never, ever once saw myself as. So yeah, I started this mini journey of self-discovery, right? Because I was trying to figure out where my life was going, right? I was feeling a bit lost. Not a bit, I was feeling very lost, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't know what to do. So I started praying to God and started reading, some specific scriptures. I don't have them with me right now, but that's what I decided to do. And for 3 days straight, this was in May, I was praying, I was reading the word, but nothing was happening. Like I felt like God wasn't saying anything back to me, right? And I was low-key getting frustrated because I was expecting, instant results. Why? Because I was feeling a level of pain, right, that I wanted to run away from. So because of that, I was rushing the process. So on day 3, right, I changed my approach, my mindset, and my heart, and I just let go. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let go and let God do His thing. I'm just going to keep praying, and definitely sooner or later, an answer will come. And believe it or not, on the very day that I decided to let go and let God is the day the answer for this specific thing that I'm doing now came. So there I was, scrolling on Instagram, something I was doing like every day, something that you guys do every single day. I was just scrolling, but this time, it's like my mind was opened up. Like I was going through Instagram, right, but I could tell that like I was scrolling like with an open mind. And this is something I can't quite explain, but I think it's just something that happens if you allow like the Holy Spirit to take over, right? So as I was scrolling, I just came across someone's page. I think if I find it, I'll just put it somewhere here on the screen, right? I came across this guy's page, and then I started going through his page, right? So I was scrolling and it caught my attention like instantly, right? His content, he was making fitness content and motivational content, and I think online money making content, right? And it instantly caught my attention because it was something that I had never at least paid attention to ever before. But now that I was, using my phone with a purpose to figure out what to do next, I noticed this. I then spent a good 10 minutes going through this person's page, right? And at the end of my, scroll, right, I was just left curious. And it wasn't like a sense of curiosity that I normally felt. This one came with a sense of action. Like, I actually have to do something about this. Like, this is so unique. This is something I've noticed for the first time in my life. And this is something I think and believe I can do. So I didn't waste any more time. From that third day, from the 3rd of May, I told myself that I was going to spend the rest of the month working on this social media thing, learning how to create content, learning how to go viral, right? And in June, as soon as the month of June came, I promised myself that I was going to post a video regardless of how good it was, regardless of how I felt, regardless of how shy I was. Like, that was the promise I made to myself. Because I was like, all this prayer and trying to find a way will go to waste if I simply can't have the confidence to press the post button. Imagine. What a waste. But I will admit, one thing that really caught my attention, right, with this person's specific page was the way he was speaking about money. And he was speaking about how he makes well over $50,000 a month. That was something that really caught my attention because I couldn't believe it. To be like, what? Because for starters, right, it wasn't clear as to, I didn't understand what exactly he was selling. But he was claiming to make such crazy figures. And for me, right, I'm not the type of person who calls everything a scam, right? Like, I don't just come online, see someone making money, and I'm not the first in line to call that person a scammer. What I do, though, is I find out for myself. Simply like how when I used to trade Forex, right? A lot of people call Forex traders scammers. And I'll admit, I used to believe the exact same thing. I used to believe that Forex was a whole scam. Up until I tried it for myself, and I made my first 4-figure month in Forex after about a year, and I bought myself a new phone, right? True story. So after having gone through an experience like that with Forex, right, I had no reason whatsoever not to try and figure it out for myself. So within doing my own research, right, for the month of May, I then came to the realization that this stuff is actually real. Like, there are actually people, not necessarily every single person you see online, but there are generally people online making that kind of money. And $50,000 isn't even as crazy as it gets. There are people making millions and millions of dollars per month. So for me, I couldn't help but take this seriously. I was like, I missed out on Bitcoin, right? Pretty much like most people watching this right now. I was never going to allow myself to miss out on another golden opportunity. And this is the opportunity that we have right now. And that's the digital gold rush. So in a nutshell, if you ask me, right, I 100% believe in the creator economy. I believe it's here to stay. I believe it's still early days. The best time to start was yesterday, and the second best is today. So if you're seeing this right now, hear it from me. I'm not asking you to work with me. I'm not asking you to buy my course, because I'm literally not the course guru, final boss yet, right? But I'm just giving you advice to try and figure it out for yourself. Take a chance. You never truly know. I'm going to share with you guys a list of 7 opportunities I'm seeing in the creator economy right now that you guys can start, dibbling and dabbling in, right? I can say my expertise lies within I can say that my expertise lies within the world of content creation, content marketing, right? So that's funnel building and copywriting. Essentially, these are basically the high level skills that I've built over the past year, and these are the skills that have made me money over the past year. Now, when I say money, right, I don't want to act as if I've made millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars yet, because I haven't. But I truly believe it within my gut and soul that I'm on my way. So what I'm going to do next is simply going to show you guys some of the results that I have had for myself, someone who's self-taught, over the past year and a half as a social media marketer, right? So I've had results such as having 28,000 comments on a single video, 30 million views on a single video, reaching 90 million accounts in 3 months, as crazy as it sounds. And you know, the craziest part is, when I started out with social media marketing back in June 2023, all I wanted was 10,000 followers and one video with 1 million views after 2 years of doing this. Meaning, I started in 2023. My goal was to have these results by 2025. And so crazy how, like, literally 1 year later, I probably had 10 times the results that I thought I was going to achieve. And not even thought that I was going to achieve, but the results I simply wanted. Meaning, I actually underestimated myself. My goal with this YouTube channel is quite simple. It's to document my journey, right? Personally, I would say the first reason is pretty selfish, because it's for myself. I think it's going to be really nice to look back 5-10 years down the line, right, to see all the efforts I was putting into this thing before it really turned into a reality, you know, before I get to own a Lambo, a Porsche, a Ferrari, whatever it is, right? It would be really nice to just look back and see that people, especially from third world countries, such as I am, can also have this level of belief and faith that something as crazy as this can actually turn out for them. So I really do feel like a pioneer right now, and I'm pumped for 2025. I have goals that I've set out for myself that are solid, that are crazy, but I genuinely believe that the God in me can make it